What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. Today I'm here with a Dodge Grand Caravan 2011. We're going to throw some front brakes on it. Doing some front end work, but today we're just going to throw the front brakes on it and go from there. I got a few other little things up in there we're going to do, but we do a wheel hub bearing, and we're going to do the lower control arm and tie rod end, and got a few things to go. But today, this video, we're just going to show you how to do the brakes. I know many of you probably already know how to do brakes, but for those that don't, this video is for you. Anyway, before I begin, I'd like to thank my sponsors, which is, well, the viewers, you guys, all of you. Appreciate every one of you. Don't have a whole lot yet, but I'm working on it, so if you wouldn't mind helping me out, so I can help you out, I got to do some more videos, and if I can get more subscribers, that'd be awesome. So just help me out by hitting that subscribe button, do the YouTube stuff. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the front brakes. Alright, so as you saw, I already have the tire off, which, make sure you chalk it. You know the drill. Set the e-brake, chalk the tire so it don't roll away on you. Use a jack stand. You know the drill. If you don't know how to pull a tire off, you probably should go watch a video that shows you how to pull a tire off the car. But anyway, I've already got the tire off, got on a jack stand, got the rear tire chalked. So now we can get on with the brakes. Like I said, brakes are fairly simple. Most, if not all of you, should be able to handle a good brake job. But anyway, we're going to be doing pads and rotors, and I'll show you how to take care of that. Okay, so all you need, 13mm wrench or socket and ratchet, whatever, a 21mm, preferably on a long handled ratchet because it's going to make your life a lot easier. And you'll need a little contraption like this to depress the calipers, or something like this, a C-clamp vice grip, and I'll show you how to use these a little later. That's really all you need. And that's for this particular model. Other models are a little different. Some of them have different options, different bolt sizes, but that's really all you need. And then obviously brake pads and some rotors. But anyway, you've got two bolts. You got a top bolt here, you got a bottom bolt here, and then you got a couple of bolts back here behind the caliper. You can see one of them right there for the bracket. And this is how I do it, so makes it pretty simple. So what we're going to do here, we're going to keep the 13, and all you really have to do is take off the one on the lower. You shouldn't have to really remove both of them. Sometimes you have to hold the bottom piece down here, that little slider. Sometimes it spins on you when you're trying to take it off. But really just the bottom bolt, and then you can just, you might need a little pry bar. Hang on one second. Okay, last thing you might need is a good solid screwdriver or a pry bar. Just come down here, pry that thing up like so, and then the top one just slides right out like that. See how you got that little slider? It just slides out, so you don't even have to really worry too much. It's a good idea to hang it. So let me go get one more thing. Alright, so you're going to want a little S-hook here. These are cheap. You can get these at the dollar store, or a bungee cord or whatever. And then you just grab it there, and you hang it up there just so it doesn't fall around on you. So just have it hung to the caliper or to the strut mount there, strut spring. And that's all. That gets that out of the way. And then you just want to get your long ratchet. Make sure it's in the off position, and then you just want to, because these are a little tight, you're going to want to put a little bit of, you need to put a little bit of pressure behind them so that you can get those off there. They are tight, and I typically Loctite these ones back in. The small ones that go up in here, I don't worry about, but these ones I usually throw some blue Loctite back on them, just because you don't want them coming out, eh? And that's not necessary. As long as you get them good and tight, lock tight, Not totally necessary, but it is a good idea. And at this point, before you pull that bracket off, you can grab your pry bar and dig the pads out of there. Pretty simple. I mean, they're not horrible. They're just howling and making noise, and daughter rode the hill, rode the brake all the way down a mountain, so kind of got them hot, so they shake on you when you hit the brakes. So it's not like I need them, but... And I'll put links to all these tools that I'm using down below so that you can make sure you have the right tools. You know, I mean, you don't have to have exactly, I'm using Snap-on. I do this for a living, so I have some of the nicer tools, but you don't have to have Snap-on. You can go, Amazon's just fine. So, no biggie, Amazon or AutoZone or O'Reilly's or Napa or whatever part store whatever parts you want to get, they're all, unless you do it for a living or going to be working on it a lot, then you might want a little bit better quality tool. But if you're just going to be doing it for yourself, just every here and there on your own car, whatever tools are fine. Okay, so we got that bracket off. The rotor, sometimes they just slide right off. Sometimes you got to tap them with a little hammer. All right, so the last tool you're going to need is a little hammer here. Just give it a little tap. I mean, I didn't even... Sometimes you have to really wail on them to get them off, but you don't always have to smack them that hard. But anyway, let me move you out of the way here. So I can kind of show you. I mean, it's just basically, that's really it. I mean, it's pretty simple. And then you want to grab your rotor. And these are just Duralast. Only reason I'm going Duralast because that's what was on them before, and they're under warranty, so I don't have to pay for these. So just theirs. I bought them from Duralast the first time, so they just so happen to be under warranty. So you just slide that rotor on there like so. And then your bracket, a lot of times the pads come with these little clips, and in this case they did. Sometimes you got to get a little screwdriver to pull them out. Sometimes you can just get them out with your fingers. In this case, that one I can't. Sometimes you get your pry bar on it, give it a little smacky smack, comes right off. And then they'll come with new ones. Come with new little clips here like so. And the way these go in, they go in like this, so that you've got that little lip there, goes on like the outside. And this little thing goes, obviously this little part here goes on the inside, goes facing outward, not in towards the rotor side. So that it kind of looks like that when it's in there. Like that. And they're easy to, most of the time, they're pretty easy to just pop in. Sometimes you got to smack them a little bit with a screwdriver, but not usually. I'm gonna throw in there. One more here, right here. Just stick that thing right in here like so. And again, a little bit of Loctite. I'm out of blue, so I have to use red, so it's if/when somebody wants to take these out again, they're going to be fun. They're going to have a good time getting them out, but just a little dab. You don't need a whole lot, just, you know, a little dab of it. Some people like to cake it, some people don't, but I don't think it's necessary to cake it on there, but yeah, some of you might want to use a little bit more. I'm running low. That's partly why I'm not using that much, because, you know, I said just a little dab. That should be, especially with red, that should be plenty. Okay, so all that, and then you just put your bracket back on. You gotta get up in there and kind of take a look at what you're doing. Just up in there, but just sometimes you gotta get your head up in there. So So yeah, it's gonna, actually I gotta take this back off tomorrow to do this wheel bearing, so that red Loctite is gonna be fun. But anyway, we're gonna just grip these things down, and these have to be pretty tight, so they do, I wouldn't say they hold the car together, but they got to be pretty freaking tight. So we're gonna use up, like you saw how much it took to take these off, and I used my impact on them last time because I was at the shop. But anyway, you just get hold of it. Good little tug. You know, I mean, they don't have to be like so tight that you might break them, but they have to be pretty good and tight. Okay, now, and this, oh, shaking you. This part here. Oh, okay, I'll show you how this works. You want to get your caliper. Usually you'll grab an old pad, put in there like that, and then you just put this on here. Like this, and then so that it looks like this. Let's get you up in there so you can see. So it looks like that, and then just push it in. This one's not working that great, so that's why I grabbed that C-clamp. I'll show you how to use that C-clamp. Basically, you just hook it up like that, and you just pull the little handle until it goes all the way in. If you're using a C-clamp style, let me grab you here real quick. Sorry about that. You just put it over. You don't need the other pad for this one. You just put it on here like so. You crimp it. Undo it. You don't have to put it super tight. Just enough where you can like easily crimp it. Didn't really show you that, but just so you can kind of easily crimp it, and then just back it off. Doing this one hand's kind of difficult. Let me just turn you up here like this so you can kind of see what I'm doing. There we go. You just kind of back it off a little, give it a little twisty, and then a little too much. Let me show you here what I'm actually doing here. Okay, so I'm kind of giving you a little tighten, and then snugging it down again. A little bit of a turn, snug it down again. So that's what I'm doing. Just kind of ever so little bit. Just give it a little bit of a tighten it up each time, and then so I'll tighten it like a quarter of a turn, and then crimp it, loosen it up, and you can watch it going in. Can't really see it very good on camera, but you can, as you're doing this, you can feel it and watch it going in. Let's see if I can get you a little closer there to kind of see what I'm talking about here. So you can you can watch it going in. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Yeah, I mean either of those tools. I'll put links to both of these tools if you want them. Then you can pick out whichever one you want. They make other kinds too. They make a spinny, kind of like this one. But instead of the handle, the pistol grip kind, that you'll twist it and it goes in. So they make a bunch of different styles that you can use. Whichever one floats your boat. Anyway, so we are going to grab a pad. One of them will have your little squeaker. One of them will not. There should be two per box. Two with the squeakers, two without the squeakers. I always make sure this. I usually put the squeaker on the inside. Let's get this out of the way, and then we'll get this pad. Get this one in, and then I'll kind of show you how to get the other one in. The outer one, which will be kind of the same way. Okay, so, okay. So you just kind of tuck that in there like that, and then you just pop it in. And then at this point, like how you took this one bolt out of the caliper, so you could just lift the caliper up like that and slide it. If you're just doing pads, no rotors, That's the only step you need to go to. Just take that off, lift that up, squeeze it in, drop your pads, and boom, you're good to go. But, you know, in this case, we're obviously changing pads too. And it's a good idea to take them sliders out and put some lube on them. These are still pretty fresh. Like I said, I hadn't changed these not even a year ago. And they just got a little hot. So they're starting to shake and be all noisy, so I just changing them out. And they're under warranty, so why not? So anyway, put this nut here back in the bottom. Tighten that sucker up. And that doesn't, you know, it's good and snug. You know, it does have to be tight, but not like hold the car together tight. And that is, now you're ready to put your tire back on. And make sure you always pump up the brake pedal when you do brakes. I want you to press that caliper. If you don't pump it up, you're going to go to hit it, and your pedal's going to go to the floor. Your car's going to keep on going. So make sure you pump it up, pump up the brake real good, and then you're ready to put your tire back on, and off you go. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Again, I have no sponsors, so you guys are the life of the channel. I'm still growing. I'm still small and growing, so if you wouldn't mind, just hit that subscribe button, like the video, you know, the YouTube stuff. Help me out, help me so I can help you, and appreciate y'all, and I will see you in the next one.